Hey there, so this is a video review on this 100 by 60 or 60 by 100 jaw crusher. So it just simply means the opening size. And yeah, it's pretty nice to use. As you see, you can easily adjust the jaws using these screws. Total of everything, my only complaint about this is this right here. As you see, there's a gap on the side, and a lot of the material seems to go off to the side and pass through that, especially if you're trying to crush up fine material like I am, as you see. But it does a really amazing job. I'm really happy with it. A creative sieve system that pretty much the output goes through a mesh, and all the good material that I need goes to the bottom, and all the too big material comes out for me to crush up again. So very happy with that. The motor, it comes just as a lead, as a cable, so I pretty much connect it to one of these switches. As you see, I just click the switch, runs, and I turn off. So very easy to turn on and off. One of these switches, I think they're like 10 or 15 bucks on Amazon. Connected it to a 220 plug. This is for my 220 extension cable, and yeah. Very nice, very easy to run. As you see, it's very well built. Again, I'm very happy with it overall. No complaints except that one tolerance issue. So if you're running very slow, if you're running order, you need to be crushed at a very small fine size. So I don't think this. I think there's some modifications I'll probably have to do to optimize that right there. But yeah, I'm not sure what else to say about this. There's not much videos about these online, so I hope this video helps someone out there. I'm very confident this machine will run a very long time. This motor looks very well built. I'm very happy with that. But also you can always upgrade the motor. Here's 150. Sorry, this is a 5 horsepower motor. That I think this one's only yeah, this is only 2 horsepower, 1.5 kilowatts. That's 2 horsepower. So you could always upgrade that motor, but it's more than enough. I've fully loaded. So one more thing about this is this thing crushes very quickly. So I put up some rocks in here, and it just crushes it like it's nothing, just absolutely quickly. Actually. Crushes faster than I can load it up and like try to record to show some stuff. I'll actually turn on and show you a demonstration of it running at the end of the video. But yeah, other than that, like I said, it crushes very well, very fast, very strongly, and I can tell that the motor doesn't really like jog up or load up, so I don't think it needs an upgrade on the motor. But again, worst case situation in the future, you can always do that. I purchased this from on eBay. It was $1,000, and it was shipped via freight. They had like a huge, very well built wooden box crate around it. That was really nice. That included shipping $1,000. So again, having this shipped to your house for only $1,000, everything included, taxes, shipping costs, etc., is a very nice fee. And they have a different design jaw crusher. I think that like a blue one or gray colored one, that one is a bit bigger. I got this one primarily because again, I actually need to crush very fine rock. The material I'm getting from the current project I'm working with, they already have a very large heavy duty 10 horsepower jaw crusher that can just crush up very large pieces into the sizes I need. So yeah, I don't really need it for that, but for my case on the final crushing stages, I think this is very nice. So thank you for watching. Let me know what you think. One suggestion I have is to use a vortex system with a cone. So this is called a cone vortex dust filter, dust separator, and in there to have a HEPA filter. And pretty much what this allows you to do is to separate all the dust. As you see, it produces a bit of dust, and especially when you're running ore and stuff, there's lead and other toxic stuff in there that you don't want to be breathing. And I'm gonna build a proper frame for this and enclosure and all this stuff, but just for temporarily I've been running this. And what happens is the vacuum pulls the vacuum through that hose, the dust goes in here and it spins around, all the heavy stuff gets pulled to the sides because of centrifugal force, and it gets pushed down and it collects in the bottom. So this is has a little bit of dust in there, but it helps a lot with preventing dust. As you see, all this dust right here is not good. So yeah, like I said, I'll build proper enclosure on that, but I always suggest setting up the system if you are gonna crush any sort of rocks, because again, stay safe. Alrighty, not even a minute or two later, I already got it wired up. So so that looks absolutely perfect to what I need. So if I run it, I think if I just run this twice, like this is perfect to what I need. So I'm very, very happy with this machine. There's still a couple big pieces. Looks like you see there's like this gap on the side, so that's why. But again, if we just run this afterwards through a metal mesh to ensure there's no big pieces, I'm very confident this machine will work. So I've had this machine now for 6 months, and I'm very happy with it. But there is some things I do want to note. So definitely that gap is a problem. One solution that can be done is to put a plate, get a plate that's just the right thickness. Between that and there is a bolt there that you could technically bolt it to, but I don't know, it's a bit problematic because this is all cast iron steel, so you don't want to really weld directly to it. So anyways, definitely something needs to be done about that though. So that's the first thing. Second thing is this bolt right here. As you see, it's broken off. My suggestion is to immediately remove that bolt, maybe even remove this bolt right here. Anyway, but the point is, remove those two bolts, especially this one, and replace it with a much better grade bolt, like a grade 10 bolt. That way you know, are, because this is like the cheapest bolt ever on there, and you know, you just have to tighten it and untighten it sometimes. So, you know, just not good to replace that with a proper bolt before it snaps, and then now you have to weld it and stuff out, which is not fun. So that's what I recommend on that. Obviously weld it a little stand. Second thing is that, or another thing is that you can overload this pretty easily, I've noticed, especially with larger pieces of rock. So I wouldn't really recommend using this for crushing big ore into small ore, but rather like a second stage crusher or a final stage crusher before you, let's say, run it through a hammer mill. So first you'd have a big crusher that crushes in small rocks. Small rocks goes into here and gets even smaller, and that small rocks gets crushed into a jaw crusher. So, sorry, a hammer mill. So yeah, another solution would be also just to upgrade the motor, because this is again it's simply a 2 horsepower motor. So if you upgrade to like a 5 horsepower motor, that'd be a lot better. But yeah, and like I said, don't overfeed it with big ore, especially. Just, you know, take it nice and steady, because once this jams up, it's a really big pain to unjam it. You have to by hand almost pluck every single little piece of rock out, because otherwise it just won't want to move. You might be able to, one thing that helps is like a vacuum, to vacuum it out instead of trying to pluck it with your fingers. That helps a ton. And try to wiggling it this by hand to try to, you know, get it loose. But yeah, also, you know, that's how I broke this thing, because I have to keep whenever it jams up, this whole thing is just so tight. It's so problematic. So yeah, those are the things I recommend. Is to, you know, upgrade the bolt, upgrade that motor. I'll also make a review about this. There are some shaker tables that they sell. There are some problems I have with this, but you know, again, I'll make a video about that separate. But yeah, so far, I mean, I'm happy with this. I've already crushed about almost 1,000 pounds of ore through this, so I haven't used it that much. You know, I haven't abused it so much, but you know, I have tested it, and it does work. I mean, it works great. So far the jaws don't seem too worn out. They're always easier to replace and make new ones yourself. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope this helps you in deciding whether or not you want this, or at least, you know, seeing that it is functional somewhat. So, you know, there's just a lot of reviews online. My best suggestion always to people is to buy a used machine first. because they're, especially this is simple. There's not much that can break on this. So buy a used American made machine first. If you don't have a capability to that, if you don't have access to that, then buy a Chinese machine, because they are sometimes pretty good, sometimes not. But yeah, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. We'll be uploading a lot more videos, making some pretty big progress here with the workshop, and yeah, so stay subscribed.